Hi everybody, I'm actually making a tutorial because I got a request for how to do my manips. I've actually had a lot of requests for them and I don't know how to explain it because it takes so long on Windows Movie Maker. So I'm just going to show you, and it will still take very long because it took me a long time to make them. So we're going to show you how to do this one because it's the one someone asked about. This one with Tiana walking past Aladdin and just kind of looking after her. So there you see my secret. So you start with this just normal Aladdin scene where he's just walking like casually. And I picked this scene because it has a green background. You want to pick, if you're making manips on MovieMaker, you want to pick scenes with blue or green backgrounds because the only transitions you have that can really do this are blue screen and green screen. You do have black screen, but I'll get to that later, and it's not as useful because, I mean, look at Aladdin's hair, it's black. Everything you went through would go through his hair. So, it's not that useful, except for in matters like this. So, we want, like you saw, we want Aladdin to be like this because my problem with this scene is that some of these leaves are blue, like if you look in here, and so if I green screen them, you're going to have all these blue random blobbies everywhere over here, and it's just not going to look clean. I mean, it doesn't look clean anyway because it's still Windows Movie Maker, but it will look more clean if you cover them up with more green. So this is the only blue screen thing I have that looks remotely like what I need. I just have these laying around, yes. Okay, so we're going to hue this green once it actually moves. Okay, so now we have, look, it's green, yay! And then we want to mirror it horizontally because we want the green to be on the other side to cover up these leaves. Okay. So we move it over onto Aladdin. Whoop-de-doop. Someday. And then you black screen it. Black screen is like a hidden power. It's this. This is black screen. This, that will make things go through black. Well, see? Okay, this is a good example. Sometimes this happens. It glitches and it looks so stupid. So you just have to keep playing with it and keep fixing it until it works, because someday it will work. There we go. See, it's working. Okay. So now we have this green part over here, and the problem so far is that Aladdin is sort of inside the green, like most of the time. For this particular manip, I guess I had Aladdin moved instead. So we're going to move Aladdin outside from where the green thing is. If we want to fix him, let's try fixing it at C. So that will concentrate in the upper right hand corner. It's a very mathematically precise thing doing this, and I actually don't remember how I made this manip, so you guys are learning right along with me. Let's try C. Okay, this should be right. Yeah, this looks better. It looks like what we wanted, right? Yeah, okay. So that is how you make this manip. This is the effect on this one, on Aladdin, so that you know how to do it as soon as it comes up. Okay. We've got the film look enhanced green because we want it to be greener and behind him, and we fixed it at C so that he's about half the screen is going to be green and half of it's going to be him, and he's at a pretty good height. There we go. Okay, so now we have this scene, so you publish it, name it whatever you want, but I already have it published. It's gonna glitch a lot of times for you, probably because black screen usually hates to work. Like here, this was my glitch. Look at that. It just doesn't work. So you just have to keep doing it until it does work. Because it will someday. So now we have this scene, right? We've got our Aladdin looking all cocky over there. And we don't actually want that second part of this scene because I used that for a different manip. We want to kind of stop him around here. He looks pretty weird. Okay. So we want this. So we basically want to stop him right when he has this little sly look backwards. There-ish. There-ish is good. Okay, now you notice Aladdin's like 2.5 seconds long of this, and Tiana's only about 1 because she walks fast because she's at work. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to slow her down. I don't know how much. I have all these weird slowdowns. If you don't, just use half, but I am a fan of 66%. So you go to transitions, and then you find your green screen transitions. It's going to be Rehan Effects Chroma Green. I usually go with A because it's the strongest. Or, well, no, okay. That was a lie. I go with A because the green is on the A clip. The green that I want to go through is on the first clip, which is A. And I do the 0.1 because that is the strongest kind. So this is what it's going to look like. So obviously they're not the right sizes. Look at how big Aladdin is. He's huge. Okay, we need to make Tiana the right size. But we also want her to kind of be on the proper side of the screen. So let's try to fix her at A instead, because it seems to be the right placement side-wise that I was going for. It might be more like B, but we're going to go with this for now. So we fixed her at A. Move her on in there. And now we're green screening it. There she goes. And there Aladdin's watching her. And there's Daddy the Boof just kind of standing in the middle of their scene. So I use these scenes because they're like walking away from each other. I thought it was a kind of cool character interaction kind of thing, but I mean, when you're making manips in Windows Movie Maker, you really have to think about what scenes you're using because the background matters, their movements matter, they have to be relatively the same size because you can't change size that much on Movie Maker. You can make things bigger, but you really can't make things smaller, and that is one of the main problems. So we've got this, so she's walking away, and then he watches her walk away, and then Daddy LaBeouf just stands there. Because he's awesome. So this is how you make the manip. You've got Aladdin and his green, and then Tiana just walking by. So then you publish that, and then you have it forever, unless you delete it in your little form like that. So that is how you make a manip. So the things that you need for it are you definitely need the zooming effects, which are the best effects anyway. I mean, all of these, the ones that fix at places and pan and zoom from and to places, these are probably the effects I use the most in Windows Movie Maker. It just, like, it zooms wherever you want. It's great. You also definitely need, I mean, theoretically you don't need black screen because you could make it half blue and half green and then blue screen it onto the clip. But I use black screen a lot, even though it's more glitchy than the other two. And then you want blue screen probably, I mean, because you're not always going to have a green background, and green is actually harder to do than blue for some reason. It doesn't recognize greens as well. It really likes to go through blues. You need, well, you might want to make it look cleaner, these film effects, because then you can enhance the green, make it greener, and then it'll recognize green better. So I think that was all I used for it, but that's how I make a lot of these. I mean, you see a lot of them are just people in front of cut out onto green, and then I put them onto stuff like here. Although this one didn't work out so well. This was my fake masking. Isn't it lovely? I have to use it in tiny increments where he's not like zooming in on himself. But the reason most of my crossovers that you see are with Aladdin is because he's in front of green and blue a lot. The only problem with his blue is that sometimes his little feather goes away. It's gone, no! But here, for some reason, it stayed. I think it's a different blue in that scene. I don't know what that was. And then, you know, the whole time he's talking to Genie, he's in front of this green background, so you just, like, see, you can see these, not to point out my horrible mistakes and disgustingness in my manips, but, like, you can see where the leaves are blue in here, despite the fact that I totally color manipulated him. You can tell he's, like, really yellow, because I enhanced colors in it to make him go through better. But, I mean, this was a little bit better fake masking. It took forever just to get her stupid head to move. This one of Belle it's a blue background, so that one was easy. The only problem is it's hard to get her to interact with anyone because she's just kind of looking off into space. But this is how I make manips in Windows Movie Maker. So now you know. It's basically like you take a picture. This is the easiest way, and even I know some Vegas users do this too, is that you have one character just not really moving, like this one of Charlotte. This is just her back, but like if you have her with like Proteus here, okay, that's not working, there we go. If you put her with like Proteus, you just see him moving, and you're like, oh, okay, he's talking to her. It doesn't. She wouldn't move. Like, it's just her back. So, if you don't want to work that hard and get actually two moving characters in there, you can cut out one person who's not moving, as long as your manip isn't too long and it's not too obvious that they're just, you know, this cut out person. It's fine. So, I'm not really sure what else to tell you guys. If you have like other questions, you can let me know. See, this one I did a blue and green screen to get Mulan in there, so I green screened her. You basically take, if you want to do something like this, you take a picture of the original scene, you put it in GIMP or whatever your program is, and you cut her out. You make the background blue, you make her green, like you see here, and then you green screen it on there, so that you have her like that, and then you can put someone like Naveen in there with her, because I think that was who I did that for. I don't know where it is, but it's in here somewhere. Yep, so that's how you make nips. I have all these wonderful, horrible manips in here, but it's the best I can do on MovieMaker, and so I hope this helps someone. It's a little complicated to understand if you don't know the ins and outs of your MovieMaker like the back of your hand, because you spend way too much time on it, but you know, I hope it helped. Again, let me know if you have questions or want to see something else. I don't make tutorials because people don't ask me for specific things. If you can ask me for something specific that you want to see me do, I can definitely do it for you. So just let me know what specifically you want to see and I'll help you. Okay? Bye.